Jimmy baby, on light. A fuck nigga, that's that shit I don't like. A snitch nigga, that's that shit I don't like. Don't like. A snitch nigga, that's that shit I don't like. A fuck nigga, that's that shit I don't like. A snitch nigga, that's that shit I don't like. Don't like. A snitch nigga, that's that shit I don't like.
I go by the name of Willie B. We got another one. We got like a young guy, young OG though, like a young veteran. Chief Keef tonight. He hails from Chicago, Illinois. He was estranged from his biological father, so obviously his mother did the raising in his early. So they lived in Southside Chicago, Washington Park. When he was young, his grandmother started being his full-time guardian, so he started living with his grandma, and that was his upbringing. You know, basically living with grandma, running in the streets, and got connected with the Black Disciples, and that was kind of, the brotherhood. He had always been rapping as a youngster. His mother had a karaoke machine, so he'd take the karaoke machine and record and had the tapes. This was back when, cassette tapes was out. He was in school for a while, but ended up dropping out around 15. Immediately, gravitated to music. Started working on music, put out a mixtape called The Glory Road in 2011. He ends up going to jail for firing a piece. Had to do some, house arrest back at grandma's house. But he didn't waste that time. He started just getting his online presence and putting his music on YouTube and stuff. Same year, he puts out a single, I Don't Like, which I played at the beginning of the show. And that was that just blew him out the water. It was a big hit. All the kids loved it. So the bidding war starts. 2012, everybody want to sign him. He ultimately signs with Interscope Records. They didn't know if he was going to be a big success, so they were going to pull out of his debut album, which he releases in 2012, called Finally Rich. 2013, he ends up signing with 1017 Brick Squad. He gets a feature on the Yeezus album. He also releases a mixtape, Bang Part 2. 2015, he puts out Bang 3, which is his second studio album. 2017, he gives you Dedication, which pretty much brings us to today. He drops a new album. Well, it was last year, but last year was just a week ago. So it's called For Nam. I gotta admit, I've never listened to a Chief Keef project ever. I only know the couple singles. His biggest hits is all I know.
Made it out the shaft. If I did want to see the day, it's a setback. Every time I see the cage, you got warfare. If you do, then we can play. It got real dark. I like, bro, I see the way. It could be nacho cheese, mother shorty Frito-Lay.
I actually really like this intro. I didn't know how I was gonna feel coming in. I'm blank canvas coming in on him, and the vibes I get from his flow on this joint, Playboy Cardi. And I've listened to more Playboy Cardi than I have of Chief Keef. So I don't know if who's doing it first really. This is the most lyrical I've heard Chief Keef. He's really his raps has become more clear to me. It seems like, and maybe he's just getting better at what he do. But I actually really like the way this joint started off.
Get this dice game with a bunch of money on me. Lead a dice game with a whole lot of fucking C-notes. Bitch, I ride with the gun in the front seat though. And I don't give a fuck, my brother can't get fucking Nino. And I spend a lot of money like a fucking gringo. This is Louis Lou, but my life Gucci though.
Sounds like a Chief Keef energy type of record, and that's what he really is. So my comparison to him and Cardi got he definitely is a baby of Chief Keef. So I'd have to say that, because Chief Keef definitely was first, and the black mosh pit type of shit where you just want to bounce around and lose your shit. Definitely swing your dreads type of shit here. I don't know this nigga name. I think it's Tado. I can't really hear. He kind of sound like a baby Gucci, not really changing the style. I can't really even hear everything he talking about, so I'm gonna have to pass on it. I'm just trying to see what's up with Chief Keef. I ain't ready for the fun bunch yet.
Take a nigga bitch in a boat, fucking blue. Oh yeah, now you know you see it too. I got problems I don't wanna fix, but I need to.
I kind of just like the song structure because his structure is very different from most industry motherfuckers. You know, like even the transitions of this beat, like he rapped on just the snare drum of this beat, like the hype of this beat. He rapped extra long, and then like the drop of it don't come until midway through. I kind of like that shit. I like it when niggas switch it up, and I like his flow. I like the pocket he chose on this record. It's not like my favorite shit, but I fuck with it, bro.
They 4 shots ahead, boy. We just hit the corner, you up on it, now you're dead, boy. Talking for your head, they on your head, that's like a dream, boy. Get your core 16, I'm like, fuck it, grab that can, boy. Stick up in the dresser, I'm gonna blow your ass like great.
This one of those like beats that could get very generic. Like you gonna hear a lot of rappers with this exact same beat, just slight sound differences. So it gets very contemporary for me. Like I've heard the song so many times. This is a factory record from him. I'm not crazy about it at all. It's skippable, a lot of energy on it, but I'm straight. It's like yeah.
Slop on my knob, like it's a job. Yellow Lamborghini, corn on the car. Blessed I success, faith in the bed. Night give me head, morning I need eggs. So is the name. Let's play a game. Pour out my mind, bitch. Let's see you sing.
See, you get into this, you tapping into a classic. You got to know what you're stepping on right now. And I mean, he ain't really even like switch it up. This is just like a straight rip, from 3-6. It's like a weaker version of the main version, and him literally taking the same flow through the whole shit. I'm not a fan of it. I mean, it's cool because, of course, it's the dopest shit. Because little kids, if they don't know where this come from, it's very underwhelming. Like, I don't want this. I want to go. This makes me want to listen to the original shit.
So you wanna fly out next week? See me riding in Bentleys. No defense can't offend me. So that hoe got send me.
I guess this is his like record for the ladies. I'm cool on this, bro. Like, it's nothing on this that hooks me. I don't like. I'm not crazy about the tone. I know he's using that auto tune on here. I mean, he could pull it off, but it ain't nothing I need in my life. Maybe people might do their TikToks too. And that's what a lot of these rappers make records for too. This is like a TikTok-y type of beat. But it ain't the sauce to me.
Handler, I'm an acre handler. I got 20 different ways to make a bender. I was 9 trying to draw Dragon Ball. Now I'm hopping out of that damn airbender. I spent 3 bricks on wings, spoilers, and fenders.
The song is whatever to me. This is a throwaway to me. Just like whatever. It's 2 people listed on this song. I don't know if that was Chief Keef or Big Head. Don't know who it was rapping, but I mean, it just seemed like a nigga who really don't rap that well, who's like I'm gonna bar up on this joint.
You in a trap with the crack, don't know how to cook it though. You spin the pins in your sack on some hooker hoes. You put your gun in your sack and you cook it though. Watch out, nigga. Gang pulling up. I heard you drop a couple songs, they ain't good enough.
He's very animated on here, and it's funny to see because it'd be just funny to see these stoic, like low-key ass niggas just be so animated on these records. And he's definitely one of them, because if you just seen him, you wouldn't know what he's about, and that he just started going these different ranges on records like this. It's a little too much for me. Like, this shit it's like manic depressant type shit. This is almost like a drug. So I get what he's doing. It's just not my particular drug of choice. Like, it's a beat that almost could be a club record, but it's too demonic, like, for the bitches to really want to shake their ass to. They're gonna be like, oh shit, this sounds like a vampire on this motherfucker.
On that tank, it's a bladder, nigga. Shoot shit up, no crapping, nigga. I don't know you can get a handshake, but you might get a little dapping, nigga. And the Glocks in the ring, he gon' rap a nigga. She don't like a nigga, she gon' tell a nigga. Shit time to walk up and tap a nigga. And that bitch crazy, she might slap a nigga.
Chief Keef props for picking this beat and attempting to like really try to kill this joint at his highest ability. Because this is a like upper echelon beat. You know, you gotta be a certain texture of a nigga to even know this joint to be that shit. You know what I mean? Like I'd pick a beat like this, and I feel like it's above his pay grade. This is some shit he got like leave to ASAP Rocky and them niggas. You know, maybe TDE to fuck around with. Um, but I give him the kudos for like stepping up to the plate of a beat like this, because most rappers couldn't really pick this type of beat and go off on it.
You know that it's a go, cause they gon' check a checker. Pop one pill, but it's a double decker. Yes, sir. I ain't talking schools, I'm waiting on a transfer. Send a pussy boy to meet my ancestors. Put up on the block is hot flaming Chester.
See, this joint smells like a hit from as soon as it come on. From the beat to how he coming on. Yes, sir. His flow is so clean on this joint. He's very clear. It's like this is a hit. This is the best song so far on this whole project. Yes, sir. I'm all the way in, and he just popping shit. That's mostly what he do. So I'm not holding him in the regards of like, you know, the great. I mean, I am holding him in the regards of the biggest spitters, but I take every artist for what they are. I really like. He should switch up the flow on the second verse, just cause that flow could get repetitive, and he'll stay on that flow. He like, nah, I'm gonna just stick with this one down.
Embarrass so many other guys. Gotta hate people don't know when it's your time. She like salsa, they like fish. Bitch from Hong Kong, she be eating one time.
What I'm learning from him, like this nigga actually got a pretty decent singing voice. Like he, like a lot of these rappers actually do. They just fuck it up with like auto tune and trying to be cool and rock starry, you know. But if they really wanted to, this nigga could sing like a Fred Hammond song and kill that motherfucker if he really like tried with his type of voice. We'd never get that because niggas is way too cool for school. But I'm not crazy about this. But it does show. I can read between the lines. I can see that he is very talented. Like he can sing bass level. You know, I wouldn't go throwing this nigga on R&B records and want to hear that, but he's slowing it down for you. So it does show me that he's capable. I think he just need better songwriting for that. But he's trying to be more sentimental and trying to open up more on this. I don't know. He's probably done this before in his career. He's been out for a long time, so I just never heard it. So this is my first time like hearing vulnerable Chief Keef.
She a shitty bitch, I'm an a-hole. I was on the block like a Lego. Fuck niggas still doing the same old. Niggas hate feel like I'm a man now. And I'm in an SRT truck. Tracky, not the Rango. Ice on my wrist, no bango. All the chains, I'm Django. Think I sipped too much lean last night. Woke up with a hangover.
Yeah, I like this, you know? And he's like stepping his bars up. Like he's very clear. It's like he could do the mumble fuck around shit, and he could like clear it up a little bit and give you some shit. So it's showing me his range.
So what I hope go, they just trade it in. Hell no, I spent another 40K to win. I don't play, but when I play, bitch, I play to win. All this money coming in, it'll make it green.
Listen to like the way he rapping, it really reminds me of Rich the Kid on this record. And that's crazy because like I've listened to more Rich the Kid than I have Chief, but Chief might have been rapping this way the whole time. So I would go ahead and say that Rich the Kid is like a baby of Chief Keef. But trust me, I haven't heard enough Chief Keef to know if like that's just his new thing or if Chief Keef always been rapping like this. This is like club shit. It's got that head. You remember that song Head Bust? We some head, but it got that tempo to it, that knock to it. So it's very hard to not want to turn up when you hear some shit like this. You have heard this song before, like this is not a new one. Like you've heard this break, this bounce before.
What they gon' shoot for me? But what you gon' do to me? What they gon' shoot for me? Shoot out like 2 or 3. On what I won't do for them. On what they won't do for me.
You got a lot of songs like this on here that kind of builds up throughout, but may or may not drop. It's a lot. It's like you'll notice that if you listen to it cohesively. Like I say, him on those singing records, he got the voice for it, but his melodies don't really capture me that much, you know. So it is what it is.
I got swagger. Oh, what do you know? It's a rich ass nagger. Fly past. white like cash, hide from the crazy hoe. Why she might harass us? On my dick flash, gassed up in the mask. Heard you talking down on me, so I went and asked her.
It's called Picking Big Sean Up, which I think is kind of funny. I thought Big Sean was gonna be on it. He's not. But it's a wild ass record, but it grows on me if you just listen to it, because he's just having fun, man, and that's what hip hop is really all about. Just enjoying yourself on the record. You can just really feel the fun on this joint. I won't be listening to it again, but the shit slaps. Chief Keef for Neem, quarter 34. Gotta grow on you. I really like the artwork on here. It's nostalgic for me. It take me back to when I was a little kid playing with them toy soldiers and shit. It's not a deep conceptual album, so it's very low in that department. Production is high quality, but it's a lot of misses on here for me. In terms of songs that'll stick with you. I wasn't overwhelmed by his lyrics, but I was impressed by some of the canvases he chose to go on, and just some of the vibes he can create. I mean, this project, it's not one that's gonna stick with me. Like, it's a high energy project, but man, this is for the super young boys, I think, for the most part, who will love this. But somebody like me, it's just you pluck your little shit from it. Shout out to Chief Keef, shout out to the whole crew. Keep doing your thing, young brother, and I'm gonna keep checking you out. It's Day by Steady. You know what I mean? Hey, my did. So get on over there, check out what's happening, and then get over to blessedthings.com, peruse around, check out what's happening. And man, look, I'ma holla at y'all. Until next time, I bid you adieu.